بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعزائي طلبة وطالبات شهادة الثانوية العامة، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. طلبة وطالبات الصف الثالث الثانوي علمي رياضيات لغات، أهلا بكم. اليوم سنتطرق إلى حلقة مراجعة على الوحدة الأولى والثانية في الهندسة الفراغية Solid Geometry. Welcome my dear student in our Math in third secondary. Today we are taking the revision 1 about unit 1 and unit 2 in solid geometry. My dear student, look at the first example. The length of perpendicular from point 2, 3, 4 to x-axis. What is the length? My dear student, before we choose the correct answer, read good and understood, very good. After that, choose the correct answer. What is the rule when find length of perpendicular from point 3 dimensions 2, 3, 4 to x-axis? The rule, square root y square plus z square. Then, when the required length perpendicular from point to x-axis, square root y square plus z square. Square root 3 power 2 plus 4 power 2 equals 5. Don't forget, my dear student, if the required length of perpendicular from this point and y-axis, square root 2 square plus 4 square. And the length of perpendicular from this point and z-axis, we make square root 2 power 3 plus 3 power 2. 2 power 2 plus 3 power 2 under square root. But in this case, the required length of perpendicular from this point and the x-axis, we have component of x, component of y, component of z, 2, 3, 4. Then the required is square root y square plus z square equals 5. Translate to another example. If we have 2 points, A, 2, negative 1, 3, and B, negative 2, 2, negative 9. Length of AB line segments equal. This AB line segment, its length has a rule. What is the rule? Look at square root x1 minus x2 for all power 2 plus y1 minus y2 for all power 2 plus z1 minus z2 for all power 2. We have 2 points, x1 2, y1 negative 1, z1 3. Also x2 negative 2, y2 equals 2, z2 negative 9. By using substitution, length of AB equals 13. Don't forget, my dear student, this rule of length of line segment or between 2 points A and B. Number 3. If we have point A 175 and point B 317, the required midpoint of AB equals what? We have rule to calculate midpoint of AB. What is the rule? Square root? No, this distance. But midpoint is x1 plus x2 over 2 plus, comma, y1 plus y2 over 2, comma, z1 plus z2 over 2. This midpoint of line segment AB. By substitution about A and B, coordinates of x, y, z of each of them, then the midpoint is 2, 4, and 6. Don't forget, we have 2 rules. Rule of midpoint between A and B, x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2, z1 over z2 over 2. And distance between 2 points, square root x1 minus x2 for all power 2 plus y2 minus y1 for all power 2 plus z1 plus z2 minus z2 for all power 2. But in this case, the required midpoint, this rule is very important. Now we are translate to another example. Equation of a sphere of center 4, 5, 3 and radius 4 units. Standard, my dear student, standard equation of a sphere x minus L for all power 2 plus y minus k for all power 2 plus z minus n for all power 2 equals radius for all power 2. What is L? K, N is the center. The center of a sphere, L, K, N. Don't forget this equation, very important. Standard equation. By substitution about L equals 4, K equal 5, N equal 3, and radius equal 4. Then we deduce x minus 4 for all power 2 plus y minus 5 for all power 2 plus z minus 3 for all power 2 equals 4 power 2 or 16. This is called standard equation. We have another equation is called general equation. If the required general equation, we expand each bracket. X minus 4 for all power 2 equals what? X power 2 plus 16 negative 8x plus y square plus 25 negative 10y plus z square plus 9 negative 6z. Negative 16 equals 0 and both x square plus y square plus z square. After that, start from x, coefficient y, coefficient z, and the constant d equals 0. The sphere x plus 4 for all power 2, y minus 4 for all power 2, z minus 2 for all power 2 equals 4. This equation of sphere is a standard. What is the required? Center. What is the radius? Look at, my dear student, the center of this equation, negative 4, 4, 2. But the radius is square root 4 is 2. Center, negative 4, 4, 2. And radius, square root 4 equals 2. Why? Because this equation is called standard. X minus L for all power 2 plus y minus k for all power 2 plus z minus n for all power 2 equals r power 2. In this case, r power 2 is 4. What is the radius? Square root 4 equals 2. Another example. If we have this equation of a sphere is called general equation. X square plus y square plus z square minus 2x minus 6y plus 10z minus 1 equals 0. If the required, my dear student, what is the center? If the required the center of a sphere from general equation, we divided coefficient of x, coefficient of y, coefficient of z by negative 2 or multiply each of them by negative 1 over 2. Therefore, negative 2 over 2, coefficient of x, negative 2, divide negative 2, 1. Negative 6 over negative 2, 3. 10 over negative 2, negative 5. This is the center of the sphere. After that, if we want to find the radius, what is the rule of the radius? Square root L square plus K square plus N square minus D. What is the D? Constant. In this equation, negative 1. Look at, my dear student, the required center and the radius length unit. We know that the center 1, 3, negative 5. Y divided coefficient x by negative 2, coefficient y by negative 3, coefficient z by negative 2. This center. And r equals L square plus K square plus N square minus D. What is the D? D is constant, negative 1. Negative, negative equal positive. Therefore, radius equal 6. My dear student, if we want to form standard equation from this equation. What is the center? 1, 3, negative 5. What is the radius? Is 6 unit. Therefore, we can form standard as x minus 1 for all power 2 plus y minus 3 for all power 2 plus z plus 5 for all power 2 equals what? R power 2. What is the R power 2? 36. Then we can form from general equation the center of the sphere and the radius of sphere. We can also find the area of sphere. What is the area of sphere? Excellent student. 4 by r square. 4 by r square. What is the r? Equals 6. Then 4 by r square, 4 times 36 by equal 144 by. Don't forget, what is the volume of a sphere? Yes, 4 over 3 by r power 3. By substitution, about r equals 6. R power 3, 6 power 3 equal to 116 times 4 over 3 by. Don't forget, my dear student, equation of a sphere, very important this lesson to find general equation, standard equation, the radius of a sphere, the diameter of a sphere, area of a sphere, also volume of a sphere. Now we are translate to another example. Find equation of a sphere, its center, 3, 2, 1, and touch xy plane. What is the equation of the plane? X minus 3 for all power 2, y minus this equation, y minus 2 for all power 2, z minus 1 for all power 2 equals r power 2 equals 1. Why? Because, my dear student, when sphere touch xy plane, r equals absolute z coordinate. Look at 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. This is the center of a sphere. But this sphere touch the plane xy. Therefore, radius equal absolute z. Absolute z equals 1. Therefore, equation of a sphere, we have the center and the radius. Radius 1, center 3, 2, 1. Therefore, the standard equation, x minus 3 for all power 2 plus y minus 2 for all power 2 plus z minus 1 for all power 2 equals 1 power 2 or equals 1. Don't forget, my dear student, equation of a sphere cannot find xy term. Must be coefficient x square equal coefficient y square equal coefficient z square must be equals 1. Don't forget, this is the basis of equation of a sphere. When the sphere touch xz plane, what is the radius? Absolute y coordinate in the center. Look at the center 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. What is the radius? Absolute 2. Absolute number 2 is 2. Then radius 2. Therefore, equation of the sphere which touch xz plane, x minus 3 for all power 2 plus y minus 2 for all power 2 plus z minus 1 for all power 2 equals 2 power 2 or 4. Also, equation of a sphere, its center 3, 2, 1 and touch y z plane, radius absolute 3. Therefore, the equation becomes x minus 3 for all power 2 plus y minus 2 for all power 2 plus z minus 1 for all power 2 equals 3 power 2. Now we are translate to another example. If we have vector a negative 2, 4, b, also b 0, 10, 3. Find or what is the norm of AB? Norm AB, don't forget, AB vector B minus A, point B minus point A, or vector B minus vector A. After that, the norm means the length of the vector AB. Length of the vector of AB must be equal square root x2 minus x1 for all power 2 plus y2 minus y1 for all power 2 plus z2 minus z1 for all power 2. Then, at the first, find AB vector. AB vector B minus A, the point B minus point B minus point A, or vector B minus vector A. Answer is 2, 6, negative 3. This is the vector AB. But the length of the AB vector or directed line segment AB, it must be norm AB square root AX square plus AY square plus AZ square. Therefore, 2 power 2 plus 6 power 2 plus negative 3 for all power 2, answer is 7. Don't forget, my dear student, AB vector, the norm of AB vector means the length of directed line segment. Now we are translate to another example. The unit vector in direction of A 2, 3, 2 root 3 equals what? Unit vector in direction A vector 2, 3, 2 root 3 equals what? What is the meaning of unit vector in direction A? Look at unit vector in direction A vector over norm A vector. This rule. My dear student, math subject or solid geometry or algebra, any branch of math depends on what is the rule. In this case, the required unit vector in direction AB, in direction A, and the given vector A 2, 3, 2 root 3. In this case, unit vector A in direction A vector over norm A vector. What is the A vector? 2, 3, 2 root 3. What is the norm? Square root. Norm vector A, 2 power 2 plus 3 power 2 plus 2 root 3 for all power 2 equals 5. Then we must divide each component of the vector A by 5. The unit vector becomes 2 over 5, 3 over 5, 2 root 3 over 5. This is the unit vector in direction A vector. Now we are translate to another example. A directed line makes angle of 60 degrees and 45 degrees with axis of x and y respectively. What is the angle does it make with the z axis? This rule, very important rule. We have directed line or vector must make 3 angles about x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis. In this case, the vector inclined with x-axis with 60 degrees and y-axis is 45 degrees. The required, what is the inclination angle of this vector with z-axis? This is the required. We know that the rule, when find this angle, we use cosine power 2 theta x plus cosine power 2 theta y plus cosine power 2 theta z equals 1. Direction cosine. This very important rule. By substitution, look at cosine x for all power 2 plus cosine y for all power 2 plus cosine z for all power 2 equals 1. by substitution. Therefore, my dear student, cosine z power 2 equals 1 minus bracket contains quarter plus 1 over 2 equals quarter. This is cosine z for all power 2. Don't forget, my dear student, the required theta z, not cosine theta z. Therefore, cosine theta z, positive or negative, 1 over 2. What is the theta? Equals 60 degrees or 120 degrees. Solution set of this angle may be equal 60, may be 120. What is the difference between them? My dear student, if this angle lies in second quad, then we choose 120. But in first quad, we choose 60 degrees. But in this case, in general, cosine theta z, positive or negative 1 over 2, then theta may be equal 60 or 120. Look at, my dear student, a tower guy wire is anchored by mean of a ring at E. The tension in the wire, this is the force, 2,600 Newton. Determine the components. Look at the figure. The point A, negative 340. Point A. Point B, 0, 0, 12. Why? Because lie on z-axis. Point B lie on z-axis. But point A, xy plane, x negative 3, y equals 4, z equals 0. We have force. This force, 2,600 Newton. At the first, what is the direction of AB? B minus A. By subtraction, AB vector 3, negative 4, 12. Then we use the force. Direction of the force equal magnitude or norm of F over square root 3 power 2 plus 4 power 2 plus 12 power 2 or vector norm vector AB dot AB vector. Look at, my dear student, the determine component of the force F. We have the force F is magnitude 2,600 Newton. The required, what is the magnitude? What is the component of the vector F? In this example, at the first must AB vector is finding. What is the AB vector? Why? Because the vector F equals norm F over norm AB times or dot AB vector. Therefore, by substitution, the component of the vector F 600, negative 800, 2,400, or in fundamental vectors 600i, negative 100j plus 2,400k. Another example. The measure of angle, which is a vector A for 3 root 11, makes with the positive direction of y-axis equals what? Remember, my dear student, the required measure of angle of the vector which makes the positive direction y-axis. This rule, what is the component? Theta z, theta y, 3. The vector A has 4, 3, negative root 11. Cosine theta y equals component of y3 over norm the vector A equals 1 over 2. Then angle equal 60. Shift cosine 1 over 2, 60 degrees. Now we are translate to another example. If we have two vectors A, first vector A, 2i plus 3j plus 4k, and B vector negative I, negative 2j plus k. What is the scalar product of A dot B? This rule, A dot B, AX BX, plus AY BY, plus AZ BZ. In this case, when substitution, answer is negative 4. My dear student, if A dot B equals 0, what you deduce? X student, A perpendicular to B or B perpendicular to A. When A dot B equals 0, then angle between them equal 90 degree or A perpendicular to B. By the end of the lesson, my dear student, my advice for you, you read example very good. After that, understand this to choose the correct answer. My dear student, by the end of the lesson, I am very happy to spend such time with you. Thank you. Goodbye.